Welcome to this week's web class. I'm Keisha Golder, and tonight we are talking about leaving the past. I'm going to share a personal story with you about how it was hard for me to leave the past and what happened for me once I decided to do that. I'm also going to share with you the benefits of leaving the past and give you a couple of ways that you can leave the past that might work for you. I know everyone has heard the saying before: you can't take everyone on your journey. Even though this saying is specifically talking about people, you also can't take things on your journey with you or experiences. When you embark on a new journey, you should go on this journey open and free to all of the experiences that are going to come to you. For me, when I started on my journey, and I've embarked on a couple of journeys, I was too afraid to let go of the things that I knew, which were experiences from the past, people from the past, simply just anything that felt comfortable and good for me. The journey is about experiencing new things. So when I embarked on this particular journey to help other people, like I sought help for myself, it was hard for me to let go of the past because that was all that I knew. And it was a little scary. So I held on and I kept fighting to hold on to the things that I already knew, the things that I already were comfortable with. And I was making progress, but not progress like I would have made if I went into my journey with an open heart and an open mind and a clear conscience. And once I realized that holding on to these things, keep continuously going back to the things that I knew was a blockage for me, and I was able to let it go, I flourished like a flower. Most people are going to fight anything new because they don't know what's in store for them. Even if you give them a map to tell them where to go, they are going to fight because they are always going to say, well, what if? But here's the bigger question: what if you don't walk away from what you already know? You don't know what holding on to that is going to give you. It hasn't done much for you already because you're not where you want to be. So why are you going to keep holding on to that, knowing that on the other side of that may be a pot of gold, so to speak? Once I was able to let go of the past and started flourishing, I realized that I was clinging on to the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, the what ifs, even though I knew that what was on the other side was better for me. And even still, I struggle with it a little bit today because it's easy to fall back into the routine of what you know. But once you're able to fully walk away, it's like a whole new world. The doors open and you're like, wow, this is what I've been missing. You become a different person. Things look different to you. You have different perspectives. So the past is good for us to learn from. The past is good for us so that we can have experiences to know things that we will accept, things that we won't accept. But it is time to leave them. When we leave the past, we are going to have benefits for leaving the past. These benefits are things that are going to make our life just a tad bit better. So, I have 5 benefits for leaving the past. Benefit number 1 is that you are no longer attached to something you cannot change. And it's cliche to say, but you can't cry over spilled milk. That's simply what it is. When you are holding on to the past, you cannot change it. You cannot go in a time machine and say, I would have done this, I would have done that. It's happened, it's over with. That chapter in that book is gone, it's closed. We need to learn to move on and think about the things that we're going to experience later on down the line. And maybe we have a lesson in what we've experienced before to show us how to interact with those experiences differently. Benefit number 2 is what I just alluded to. You learn from your past experiences. Everything that we experience in life is teaching us something. It's either teaching us something that we want or something that we do not want. And with that, we have to learn how we are going to benefit from these experiences. If you have experienced something that you do not want in the past, why are you trying to hold on to it and keep learning the same lesson over and over again? You just like when we are in school, we learn a lesson, we master that lesson, we move on. We don't want to keep repeating the same lessons because we're not growing if we're repeating the same lessons. We're staying where we are. Benefit number 3 is you can focus on the present and enjoy life as it is happening for you. A lot of people, including myself at one point, did not or do not understand what it means to be in the present moment. We think that we're in the present moment, but we are either thinking about what we will do in the future or what we have already done instead of thinking about what we are doing now and how what we are doing now can benefit us or even just enjoying the experience of life. A prime example, going out to dinner. If you're going out to dinner and you're in the company of family or friends, you should be in that moment, not in your phone, not in your mind thinking about what happened at work 5 hours ago or what you're going to do when you get home. Enjoy that moment. That is a big part of life, being present in the moment. And if you're holding on to your past, you're not present in the moment. You're not present in your life. You're just simply existing. Benefit number 4 is that you can distance yourself from people who are no longer aligned with you. Now, what I mean by that is a lot of times when we are trying to grow, when we are evolving, people from our past are in our past because they are not doing the same things that we are doing. So we have to distance ourselves from those people. It may be forever, sometimes it may not be. But to benefit us and where we are going, whether it's to find our purpose or to just embark on a new journey, we have to distance ourselves because those people can see you growing and changing and evolving and decide they want to pull you back to where they are. Whether that's through saying negative things about your growth or what your plans are, or either just trying to distract you from your journey. Benefit number 5 is a big one. When you leave your past, you can forgive yourself and others. Living in the past, we hold ourselves hostage and we blame ourselves as well as other people for a lot of things that happen. We don't accept what it is that has happened as just that, a thing that has happened. We are constantly blaming ourselves. We need to learn to forgive ourselves as well as others who have harmed us or either made a transgression against us. And the only way that we can do that is to leave the past behind. We are not the same people we were yesterday. I'm not even the same person I was an hour ago. So every step of the way, I have to forgive myself for anything that I've done to cause myself harm, whether it was a negative thought or a negative emotion. We forgive ourselves so that we can continue to move on. These benefits are major because, especially the forgiving ourselves, because people tend to always want to fall back. But when you are not able to forgive yourself, or when you are not able to forgive others or leave others, you're giving other people power over your life. You don't want to give other people power over your life because guess what? As long as someone else has power over you, then you are not at cause for your life or your decisions, and you cannot freely move forward. Some of the ways that we can move forward in life is by leaving the past. One way that we can do that is by expressing ourselves. That's where you can share your feelings, whether you write it down on in a note that no one will ever read, or you share it with the person that hurt you. Now, with this, you have to be okay with knowing that person might not understand your feelings. And 9 times out of 10, they are not. Because guess what? Your feelings are just that. Your feelings. Everyone is not going to understand them, and they are definitely not going to feel them. But as long as you're able and okay with expressing them and not being attached to a response from someone else, you can move on. That is a big part because that is something that holds us to the past a lot, because we feel like that person didn't react the way that we wanted them to react, or that person didn't understand how we were feeling. Truth is, they're not going to understand. Yes, we all have feelings, but we don't feel the same, and we definitely don't feel the same at the same time. So the way I'm feeling is not going to be the way you're feeling, even if we are in the same situation, because our experience is different. Our perception is different. There are a whole lot of things that go into the feelings that we feel and the way that we react to those feelings. Another way that you can leave your past is stop pointing fingers. Take accountability. We all make decisions. We all are responsible. Take accountability for what it is that you have done and stop blaming other people. Yes, they may have played a part in it, but guess what? You play a part in it as well. When you're not playing the victim any longer, you're not giving the power to someone else of your life. And you're able to move on without having someone's permission. A third way that you can move on from the past is to make new memories. A lot of times when we are living in the past, or when we're thinking about the past, we're thinking about the memories of the past, the things that we used to do, the people that we used to hang with, or the places that we used to go. What if you make new memories with new people who are supportive of you, who are encouraging of you, who are happy to be in your company? What if you do things that make you happy, whether it's gardening, roller skating, playing in the park with your children? These are all memories that can replace the negative memories of your past. This is beneficial because the more memories you replace, it's not that you forget your past, but you're replacing the old with the new. You're exchanging the bad for the good. And when you do that, you're able to see things from a different perspective. You're able to see things with rose colored glasses, or you're able to learn how to be grateful for everything that you come across, good or bad. Now, when we are talking about leaving the past, it is always a struggle for some people because it is just simple. We don't want to do it. Why am I going to leave the past? I'm good here. I'm comfortable. I feel great. But we have to remember that just because I feel great in this moment doesn't mean I'm always going to be feeling the same thing. And this moment can change at any second to where I'm not. Just like on your journey, you're never going to know exactly everything that comes to you, but you're open to it. And that's what leaving your past is about, being open to new experiences, to new things, to new people. That is a major part of life, being open and receptive to any and everything that can help progress you on your path in your life or show you a different way of thinking. Now, I have social media, and I would love to keep in contact with everyone on social media. You can follow me on Facebook at Coach Keisha Golder. You can also subscribe to my YouTube, and that's just Keisha Golder, or you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I would love to keep in touch with everyone, and hopefully, I'll see you guys on social media soon. Now, I do have a program where I work with individuals to make over their life purpose. Everyone has a purpose in life. Some of us know what our purpose is, some of us do not know. Some people may be at a point where their purpose has changed. They're no longer fitting into the paradigm that they were in before. I help people figure out what their purpose is. And the program that I have, we have a three-stage, 9-step program. We figure out where you are and where you want to go. We talk about what you value at the core values that make you who you are. We discuss what you believe and how those beliefs are going to benefit you in your purpose and where you want to go. We look at the skills that you have, even the talents, because our talents are also a part of our skills. What you're passionate about as well as interested in, and the things that you have experienced. All of these things go into creating our purpose. And once we talk about those things, we sit down and create a vision for what you want your life to be. And the next step would be solidifying what you feel your purpose is. Once that's done, we create the blueprint, the paradigm for you to fulfill that purpose, as well as if you decide later on down the line that you're no longer interested or you want to progress to another purpose, that paradigm will help you be able to shift seamlessly. If you're interested in either taking the whole something on this list sticks out to you, like maybe you are not sure what your core values are and you want to talk to me about it, book a session. You can click the link and you can book a session with me, and we'll talk about how I can serve you so that you are able to find your life purpose. Anyone have any questions? Thank you for joining me tonight.